So welcome back students. So today we are going to start with a new chapter, that is scenario analysis, and that is the chapter related to LibreOffice Calc. LibreOffice Calc is an application which is similar to Microsoft Excel. So if you have worked with Microsoft Excel, this is very easy to understand because the look, the feel, the operations are very similar to Microsoft Excel. In this particular chapter, we are going to learn some advanced feature of LibreOffice Calc, and that is the first thing that we are going to learn is how to consolidate data. That's the first point. The second point that we are going to learn is about how to create subtotals. And the third, which is very interesting and important, is what if analysis. This is very interesting topic. Under this, we have three categories, that is how to create scenarios, then how to create a goal seek and a solver. So these three subcategories are very important and very interesting. The first thing that we are going to learn is how to consolidate the data in LibreOffice Calc. So without wasting any further time, let us begin. So this is LibreOffice Calc and it is very similar to Microsoft Excel. If you're confused how to go to LibreOffice Calc, just type at the search bar, that is CALC, and you will find that match coming up, that is LibreOffice Calc, and just click on that and the window will get open for you. The application will get open for you. Okay. So now we are going to learn how to consolidate the data in LibreOffice Calc. So right now I am into sheet 1. I have created some sheets. So right now I am into sheet 1. In sheet 1, these are the marks of the students for unit 1. That is name slash students, name slash subjects. So these are the subjects and these are the students and these are the marks out of 20. Okay, this is just a sample data. So this is the data that I have in sheet 1. Now let me switch to sheet 2. So this is sheet 2 and that is unit 2. The same data, even the marks are same because I've just copied the same marks and I've pasted out here. Okay, if you want, you can change the marks, it will not make any difference, but this is unit 2. Okay, the point is we have marks for unit 1 and we have marks for unit 2, and now we want to add the marks of unit 1 plus unit 2, and that we are going to do in sheet 3. So let me switch to sheet 3 and you can see that this is unit 1 plus unit 2. So basically when I say Ajay English, so it should add the marks of English for unit 1 plus unit 2 and it should display out here. This will be done for all the students and for all the subjects. So how we can do this, that is what we are going to learn. So we can use the consolidate data feature of LibreOffice Calc. And how to do that? Okay, the first thing is you have to select your source. Okay, where the data should get displayed. So basically this is sheet 3 and my data should get displayed from, that is B3. Okay, so I'm selecting that cell, then I go to data and then there is a option called as consolidate. Okay, again I'm going to show you, click on data, option is consolidate. Once you click onto this, a window will appear like so. So this is the window in front of you and already there are some range, so I'm going to delete those. Okay, and delete this as well. So this is now empty, and now we are going to understand this particular window, that is consolidate window. So first thing that we have is the function. So the function by default is sum, and this is the function right now I require. But if you require some other function, you can just click on the drop down menu, and these are the functions, that is mean, max, average, count, some of the basic functions that are available to you. You can use them. Right now I want the sum function because I want to add the marks. Okay, then you have to come to the source data ranges. In source data range, what you have to do, there is a text box, just click onto that. Okay, and then you have to select the range from where the data will get collected. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to sheet 1. Okay, so this is sheet 1 now. I clicked on sheet 1 and I came out here. And then you can either type the range or you can just select the range with your mouse like so. So once I select and release the button, you can see that the range got selected from sheet 1. Okay, and then you can simply click on add. Then go to sheet 2 and do the same procedure, that is select the range. Okay, and then the range will be appearing out here and click on add. So the 2 range got selected. Now I want to copy the result 2. That result 2 will be my sheet 3, that is this one. Okay, so the moment I click over there, you can see that the result, copy result to that particular cell address appeared out here. Okay, so what we did is we basically first we have taken the function that is by default was sum. Then the source data ranges we collected from sheet 1 and sheet 2 with the help of the mouse, and then I selected the copy result 2, that is the cell address from where I want the result to get displayed. Okay, after doing all this, what you have to do, simply click on OK. The moment you click on OK, what is going to happen? You're going to find the result, that is Ajay is 22 out here. So if you go to sheet 1, that is 12, and sheet 2 is also 12, so that makes this as 24. And similarly you can have any total, so it will be the perfect total. So this is 20 out here, and you can see that is 40 and 40 out here, right? Since I had the same data, so that's just a double of it. So this is how you can consolidate the data in LibreOffice Calc. It is very simple. Just you have to select the ranges from the different sheets, and you have to select the cell where you want to display the result, the sheet and the cell, and simply click on OK, and the result will get displayed in front of you. So this is how you can consolidate your data in LibreOffice Calc. Now let's switch to the next part, that was how to create subtotals. Even this is very interesting. So let's switch immediately to Calc, and I'm going to show you how to do this. For that also I have some data which is ready for you, just to save time. Now suppose the data is in this form. Okay, this is also kind of a structure where I have name, that is the name of the student, the subject, the exam, and the marks. And this particular exam, that is English, Math, Science, Social Science and Computer, belongs to, that is PT1, and this is half yearly. Okay, now I want that PT1, I want some total of PT1, and I want the total of half yearly as well. So what I can do is I can insert a cell, then create a sum and all that. Okay, in spite of doing that, what you can do is you can create subtotals. And one thing you need to remember, that while creating subtotals, it is must that you should have some headers. Your cells should have some headers, like this is a name, this is subject, this is exam, and these are the marks. So the marks header, this is very important. Now let us go and create some subtotals. Click on data, and there is an option called as subtotals. Okay, and this window will appear in front of you like so. And then what you have to do is, I want the total to take place on marks, right? So I want the marks, the subtotal of marks. So I will select the marks. So you can see the headers, these are the headers, exactly the same headers that I have out here, and that is the reason why you should have headers. Now I want group by on name. No, I do not want the group by on name. I will say I want the group by on that is exam. So when I say group by on exam, so this PT1 will be together and the half yearly will be together. That is the meaning of group by. So PT1 will be grouped together and half yearly will be grouped together, and I want the sum, so that's the function, and I click OK. The moment I click OK, you can see that automatically the subtotals got calculated, and that is half yearly. Okay, this is the alphabetical order, so it is the H and then the P. So half yearly sum, that is this total, the total of this, and this is the PT1 total, that is 81 out here, and also there is a grand total, okay, that is 291 plus 81. So this is how you can create subtotals. Now you can do some changes as well. For example, I go back to where we were, and then I click on data and click on subtotals, and I say yes, I want the total of marks, but I want to group by the subjects. Okay, group by subjects, and then when I click OK, and you can see what is going to happen out here, that all the computer subject, I mean the subjects came together basically. So you can see computer came together, and that's the subtotal of computer. English came together, and that's the subtotal of English. Similarly for maths, for science also, and for social science, and that is the grand total. So all these totals, the subtotals got, you know, added, and that's the grand total. Okay, so this is how you can work with the subtotal feature, which is very interesting, very nice application, a feature to use to just to save your time. Okay, so that was the second part of the chapter about the subtotals. Now comes very important and interesting part, that was what if analysis. Now this is really very interesting, and we are going to learn how to create scenarios, goal seek, and the solver. This is really very interesting, so let's switch and start doing it. Now let us create some scenarios. What exactly are scenarios? Scenarios are where I try to, you know, create some situations for myself by which I can check for the things for the future. Okay, now let us take one sheet, empty sheet, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this one where we were, and let me just copy these subjects, that is this one, go to, okay, go one more sheet, and I'm going to paste it out here. Okay, and again I go to sheet 4, and I'm going to take these marks, or I'll take these marks, and I'm going to paste it out here. So these are the marks, and let us assume, yes, these are the marks out of 100, and what I'm going to do is okay, I'm going to calculate the total of this. How to calculate? Just press equal to sign. It is as same as what we do in Microsoft Excel, and then you have to type the name of the function, that is sum, open the bracket, select the range, and then close the bracket and press enter. The moment I press enter, this is the total of the marks. So basically what it says, that, you know, if I have these marks, so basically I have the total of 291, and this is one of my scenarios. So basically if I want, say that I want that this should cross, you know, to 300, so I will just make certain changes out here. I'll make this as 55, and I say okay, if I need total more than 300, so I require some of the marks of this sort. So this is one of the scenario by which I can cross the 300 total. Okay, this is just an example. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this, and I'm going to click on tools. Okay, so I'm going to save this scenario by selecting, that is the option, that is scenarios. Okay, and then we can give some name to the scenario, that is greater than 300. Okay, something like so. If you want to place some comments, you can place it, otherwise leave it. You can give some color to this. So I will take this gold color, and it's very important that you untick the copy back. This is very important, otherwise next time any change you make into that, so that will get reflected and you cannot create another scenario. So basically just untick this, okay, and then click on OK. The moment I click on OK, this is one of the scenario basically. Okay, now if I have these marks in my subject like English, Math, Science, so my total will be greater than 300. Now let me just create another scenario, and that let me make some changes out here. If I want the total to be 350 plus, so I need to have some around in maths, or maybe I'm confident in English, so I will have something like maybe 70 out here, and in social also I can have 70, right? And then I can say science I will 80, or maybe up here this is maths, so I need to improve my marks in maths. I will take this to 70 as well, or I will take this as 75. Okay, so if I have these marks, so my total will be 350 plus. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this and click on tools, and then click on scenarios. And now this is my second scenario, which says greater than 350. That's the name that I'm giving to the scenario. And I'll click, okay, let me just check, select a color. So I'll select a different color like this, a brick color, and click on, and also I will uncheck the copy back. This is very important, and then click on OK. So now this is my second scenario. So you can see there are two scenarios. So if I select first one, so if I want above 300 the total, so these are the marks that I should be getting depending on in which subject I'm good at. Accordingly to that I have set these marks, and if I want above 350, then these are the marks that I should be getting. Maybe I should be working more on English, more on maybe science, and more on maths, and then I can have my total, that is 350 plus. So these are the scenarios that you can create for yourself, okay, just to achieve a goal. So this is about the scenarios. This is about the scenarios. I hope it's very much clear to you. If you want to create some more scenarios, you can make some changes out here. Select it, okay, like so. Okay, just select it, everything, go to tools, and then go to scenarios, and then you can create another scenario. Okay, so this is about the scenarios, and then you can click on this down arrow and select the different scenarios. So this was the first scenario, and this is the second scenario. So this is how you can create the scenarios. Next is about the goal seek. Let me switch to the PPT, and that's the next is goal seek. This is basically a feature which takes the output and tells you the input. Okay, so it's a kind of a backward approach. It takes the output, basically you will give the output, okay, I want this output, and then to get that output it will tell you what you are supposed to do. So that is, you are seeking a goal, isn't it? So let us switch to calc, and I will take one more new sheet. So with very simple example I'm going to explain you this. For example, if say that my total is 300, okay, and this I'm going to calculate the percentage that is equal to, and I will assume that there are 5 subjects out of 500. This is the total, so I'm going to divide that, so that's the percentage, so it will make 60, that's the percentage. Now for the goal seek, what you need to do is click on tools, and there is an option called as goal seek. Okay, the first thing that you need to provide is the formula cell. Okay, that is the cell, that is this one. Okay, that is the formula cell that you will be providing your output basically, and you will be targeting a value that is in B4. I will target a value which says I want around 70%. If I want 70%, how much should be my total? Okay, and the variable cell will be this one where the changes will take place. Okay, that's your variable cell. Just click on that and it will get selected. That is B3. You can even type it, but it's better to select with the mouse. So this is my formula cell. Okay, so I'm going to basically give an output. Suppose I want the target output of 70 in over here. So what total should I have? Okay, that is what the goal seek is all about, and this is a very simple example. Okay, so now if I click OK, and it says that the goal succeeded and the result is 350. So if I click OK, it says 350. So if I want 70, how much total I should have? I should have 350, and that's a very simple example for the goal seek. Now this is pretty nice, but it will not work in practically if you really want something that should I should have the marks and then the total and then the percentage, and then it should tell me what are the marks that I should be getting. So then it becomes a bit complicated, and for that we have the third option, and the third option that we have is the solver, which is going to solve the entire thing for us. Basically it is going to exactly show the picture for us. Okay, so how to do this is, okay, so let me just delete everything out here and let me go to my this particular sheet, and okay, I will copy this and paste it out here, and marks I'll copy it and paste it out here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the total out here, that is sum, and I say the range, I will select it, close the bracket, and that's the total, and then the percentage equal to, select the cell and divide by 5, and that will give you the percentage. Okay, so that's the total and this is the percentage. Okay, and now we will do something. Okay, for example, I want 60% marks or 70% marks. What total or what marks should I have? Now this is a bit complicated, but still I will just show it to you, and this is actually out of the scope of the syllabus, but still I will go ahead and try to achieve this. So what we have to do is we have to click on data, and there is a you have to click on tools, and then there is an option called as solver. Okay, and the window will appear like so, and now what you have to do is target cell. That's the first thing, and your target cell will be the cell that is currently selected. Okay, in this target cell I don't want the max or min, I want a value maybe of 90, which means I am targeting a goal of 90%. I'm targeting a goal of 90%. Okay, and then I need to provide the range. Okay, the cells where the changes will take place. Okay, so I'm only going to select the marks and not the total. Okay, so I selected with my mouse, and you can see that range got selected. So these are the marks that will get changed, and this is ultimately going to reflect out here, and I'm targeting the percentage, that is 90. Now next thing what you need to do is, there is something called as limiting conditions, because I do not want that English should be more than 100. There is a limit that I can score only 100 in every subject. So what I'm going to do is, next click over here, that is cell reference, the first empty box, select this cell, that is the marks of English, and it should be less than or equal to 100. Okay, and then select the next empty box, select the cell that is maths, and even maths should be less than equal to 100, so it will not cross 100 basically. Then select the next empty cell, select science, and this also 100. Then the next empty cell comes for, that is social science, and even this should be less than or equal to 100. Then the next empty cell is for the computers, and even this will be less than equal to 100, and that's it. So now let us analyze what we did. The target cell is this one. I am targeting in this particular cell that if I have to get 90 percentage, okay, what are the things that will I need to change? Okay, how much I should be scoring in English, math, science, social science, computers. That is what I need to target. That is what I need to solve using this particular feature. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on solve. Okay, the moment I click on solve, it will take some bit of time because there is an algorithm that works at the back, and the moment the algorithm starts, finishes its work, it is going to show a result, and this is the result that's in front of you. And it says that in English maybe I require 97.2, maths I require 94.7. The point is maybe not possible, but still it is giving you a very approx idea that how much I should be scoring in every subject. So 97, 94, 83, 96, and in computers that is 78. That brings my total to 450, and that brings my percentage to 90. Okay, so this is how you can work with the solver. So I hope, children, that this entire activity is very much clear to you, and that is the only part that we have in this particular chapter, and the name of the chapter is, that is the scenario analysis. And I'm going to give you the notes for this particular chapter. I will be uploading the notes onto my website. You can download it from there, or I'm going to provide the link as well into the school app, so you can download from there as well. So this is all about the scenario analysis. I hope you have just enjoyed this video, and if there is something that you haven't got, please rewind it, watch it one more time. I was pretty slow in my approach so that you can get it very nicely. So please rewind back if there is something that you're not able to do, and definitely it is pretty easy. You'll get through it. Okay, so that's it for today. Then we will meet next time on maybe on Friday. Okay, so that's it. Bye for now.